we're going to learn different operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, power, and we're going to apply this function. Let's have A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 3. So we can add A so that's the addition operation. So try the subtraction operation and you will learn the program. You see now it's -1. We can try the division operation. So A divided by B, let's change the value of A, make it 6. Is 2.0. So 6, which is A, divided by B, which is 3, it will give us 2. So now the answer is 2.0. It has given us a floating point value. But if you don't want a floating point value, we can use this one, double slashes. So another slash here. If you learn our program, we will see that y now is 2. So if you want to have the floating point value when dividing, you can use a single slash. If you want to have an integer value, you can use a double slashes. So let's see the way of modulus operation. The modulus operation, what it does is it finds the remainder. So if you divide 6 by 3, it has given us 0 because the result is 2, but the remainder is 0. So modulus operation gives us the remainder. We can also try the power operation. Let's have 4 here and 2. So 4 to the power 2 is 16. Let's run our program. So now we see that the value of y is 16. 4 to the power 2 is 16, so the 16 is stored in a variable y, and now we are printing the variable y. The type operation, we can find the type of a variable. Print type of A. So now it has shown that A is an integer. If we put 0.0 here and print again, we'll see now it's a float. We can also have a string. Let me comment this. Let me learn again. You can see now it's a string. You can also see the type of a tuple. So now it's saying a tuple. You can also do this to list and all other data types in Python. So now let's take a look at our second thing. We're going to look at built-in functions which works with our data types. So the abs returns the absolute value of a given variable. Let's assume we have x is equal to -2 and we want to print x. So if we print the absolute value of x, we'll see that is 2. Now let's try the round function. Round, I mean. So now if you see the round function, it rounds our number to the nearest decimal point. So if it rounds to -2.33, it prints -2. Yeah, that's how the round function works. You can also try positive numbers. And let's try this one. Now it has printed 2. Okay, so let's see the power. So you need to put so now it's you have x to the power 2. X to the power 2. So x to the power 2 is 9. Our x is 3. So 3 to the power 2 is 9. That's why now we see the result is 9. We can find the minimum value. if we print this one, we'll see our minimum value is 1. When find the maximum value, the maximum value here is 26. So now let's do type conversion. Let's give 3.2. 3.2 is a floating point number. If we put x here and int out here and run our program, oh sorry guys. So you see now we have converted 3.2 to 3, which is a float to an integer. We have converted this float to an integer. We can also convert this, let's make it an integer, and you can convert it to float. If we run our program, we'll see we have 3.0. So now we have learned type conversion. Let's see some operations from math library. So from the math library, we can find the square root of a number, the factorial, the sign, the pi. Let's see the pi. Print math.pi. But we have to import math from Python. So if you run this program, so now you can see that pi is that number. Math to square root. Let's find the square root of 25. The square root of 25 is 5.0. We can find the ceiling. The ceiling of 25 is 25. Let's give it a. Now we're going to see the ceiling of 25.277 is 26. We can also try to find the floor. The floor of 25 point, that number is 25. 25.9999. Let's find its floor. The floor is 225. Let's make it 23 and find its floor. You can see the floor now is 23. We can also find the factorial of a number. Let's find the factorial of 5. So we know factorial of a number, like number 5. 5 factorial is equal to 5 times 4 times 3, which is equal to 120. So if you learn this, we'll see that our factorial is 120. So the result now is 120. We can also find the sine, cos, or anything. Let's find the sine. Let's find the sine of math to the pi divided by 2. It's 1.0. Let's find the sine of 90. That's the sine of 90.